And other devices get used more and more. But Oregon has a pretty unique source of power, and those are dams in the Columbia River Basin. The U.S. Army Corps of Engineers says those dams provide nearly 60% of the electricity here in the Northwest.
We're pretty fortunate in the Pacific Northwest to have hydropower as an option. It's pretty easy comparatively to turn it off and on in a sense. So, we don't just flip a switch per se, but once we get more demand for electricity, it's easy to turn on a generator and let the water flow through. And so we work with Bonneville Power Administration. They're the ones that market the electricity that we generate. So they would probably direct, like, hey, we need a generator to come on to meet this demand. But generally, anytime that people need more electricity, they can, they're going to turn on something that's going to, send some sort of need to the grid. So those times that you can think of just on a day-to-day basis are in the morning when you wake up, you turn on your coffee pot, you get ready for work, you turn on the TV, that spikes demand a lot of times. And then when people get home from work is another spike, and those are called kind of power peaks. So it's easy to turn on a hydroelectric generator during those times. And in addition to that, when you have heat spells, cold snaps, those types of things also generate a lot more need from the grid because people are really using their, either heat for cold snaps, or in this case, their AC units, their fans, those cooling devices need a lot of electricity as well.
So we also asked the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers why hydropower is more reliable than solar or wind. Listen.
The only other thing is just to really highlight that we're fortunate to have a dependable resource like this in the Pacific Northwest with hydroelectric, because they are pretty easily able to respond to either power peaking times in the morning or heat events. So when the sun isn't shining, we can't use solar. When the wind isn't blowing, we can't use wind, but hydro is pretty reliable.
And according to the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers, dams in the Columbia River Basin produce more electricity than any other North American river, providing nearly 60% of the Northwest's electricity and almost 90% of its renewable energy. Switching gears now, we dug deeper into the effort to